Comparative study. Canada versus US, a multifaceted analysis. Which is a better place to live, Canada or the United States? People often argue about this, with both countries wanting to be the best. We're going to look closely at the big differences between Canada and the United States. Each country has good things and challenges that affect the lives of the people who live there. We'll take a deep look at many things that influence why some people choose to move to the United States or Canada. We'll talk about things like how much people get paid, how much homes cost, the rules for moving there, and what the economy is like. We'll also meet two made-up people, John and Vanessa, who will help us understand how these things affect real life. Immigration projections. Canada has a rich tradition of embracing diversity, with more than half of Toronto's population consisting of immigrants. This commitment to welcoming newcomers extends nationwide, with Canada welcoming around 437,000 new permanent residents annually, making it one of the fastest-growing countries globally. In contrast, the United States is also experiencing significant immigration trends, with projections indicating that immigrants will constitute 30% of the U.S. population in approximately 13 years. This marks a substantial increase from the current estimate of around 14%. The enduring allure of North America as a destination for individuals and families seeking new opportunities and a better quality of life remains evident. Comparing John and Vanessa. To comprehend why many individuals are choosing Canada over the United States, let's consider John and Vanessa, two hypothetical immigrants. John pursued his academic journey at Columbia University in New York, while Vanessa attended McGill University in Montreal. Upon graduation, Vanessa gains a crucial advantage: the opportunity to work in Canada for an additional 3 years. This extended period not only allows her to accumulate valuable work experience but also facilitates her integration into Canadian society. In contrast, John encounters the complex and daunting H-1B visa process in the United States. The H-1B visa challenge. The H-1B visa, designed for high-skilled occupations like programming and accounting, presents significant challenges for individuals like John. With only 85,000 slots available annually and fierce competition, applicants participate in a lottery system where success odds are discouragingly low. Even if John secures an H-1B visa, it remains a temporary work permit, devoid of the stability and long-term prospects offered by a green card. John finds himself navigating a journey filled with uncertainty, tied to specific employers and potential obstacles in travel and job transitions. Salaries in the tech sector. Salaries play a pivotal role in immigrants' decisions, particularly in the tech sector. The wage gap between the United States and Canada is notably pronounced. Top engineers at U.S. tech giants like Facebook, Google, and Apple can earn between $1 million to $2 million annually, whereas their Canadian counterparts at companies like Shopify may earn only 15 to 30% as much. This wage disparity significantly influences the choices of skilled workers. Housing challenges. Housing is another critical consideration for immigrants. Major Canadian cities like Toronto and Vancouver have housing markets with daunting prices. In Ontario, where nearly half of new immigrants choose to settle, the average home price is $928,000. British Columbia surpasses this, with an average price exceeding $1 million. High housing costs create a financial barrier for immigrants seeking to establish themselves in Canada, despite the country's appeal. In contrast, the United States, particularly in areas like San Francisco, offers housing that, while expensive, is relatively more affordable compared to certain Canadian cities. The affordability of housing in the U.S. becomes a compelling factor for immigrants, even though they may face challenges in the immigration process. Immigration policies. Understanding this phenomenon requires a closer look at the divergent immigration policies of the two North American neighbors. The United States' current immigration policies were primarily established in 1990, a time when the job market and technological landscape were markedly different. Meanwhile, Canada actively evolves its immigration system to be more accessible and responsive to the needs of the global workforce. Recent announcements, such as Canada's plan to welcome H-1B workers, demonstrate the nation's commitment to attracting and retaining skilled talent. Support for new mothers. Canada offers paid leave to new mothers, with employers providing benefits ranging from 17 to 52 weeks. During this time, one of the spouses can claim employment insurance, for approximately 15 weeks, typically amounting to 55% of weekly earnings, capped at $485 per week. Parents can also choose to split the allocated time. In the United States, there is no mandated maternity leave. However, the Family and Medical Leave Act, FMLA, allows up to 12 weeks of unpaid leave for reasons such as childbirth and severe illness. Some states offer paid maternity benefits through disability insurance, but this varies. Services. Two notable services available to Canadians and Americans are healthcare and university funding. Healthcare. The United States has the most expensive healthcare per capita, with an average cost of $8,233. In contrast, Canada ranks 6th globally, with healthcare costs averaging $4,445 per capita. University funding. The cost of a bachelor's degree varies significantly in the United States, with an average of approximately $37,600 for a public college to over $160,000 at prestigious institutions. In Canada, the cost starts at around $8,000 and increases to approximately $26,000. Average salaries. Average incomes in both the United States and Canada are roughly comparable, with Canada's after-tax monthly income at approximately $3,000 and the United States at around $2,942. Cost of living. While average incomes are similar, there are significant variations in the cost of living between the two countries. Housing. Monthly rent for a one-bedroom condominium in downtown Canadian cities is around $907, slightly higher than the $878 in the United States. Food. Food prices are notably higher in Canada. For example, 1 kilogram of chicken breasts costs around $6.50 in the United States but averages nearly $11 in Canada. Clothing. Clothing is also more expensive in Canada, with a $40 pair of Levi's jeans in the United States costing around $55 in Canada. The bottom line. Both Canada and the United States offer unique advantages and challenges. Canadians benefit from better social services such as healthcare and paid maternity leave, as well as greater subsidization of post-secondary education. However, the cost of living in the United States is generally lower, especially for day-to-day expenses like food and housing. The choice between the two countries should be made based on individual priorities and values, whether it's access to social services or lower day-to-day costs. Ultimately, it's a matter of personal preference and what aligns with one's lifestyle and goals. In conclusion, while the United States retains its appeal for immigrants due to higher salaries and established tech hubs, Canada is steadily gaining traction with its simpler immigration processes and unwavering commitment to multiculturalism. The wage gap and housing challenges, while significant, are balanced by the stability and accessibility of Canada's immigration system. The United States, with its outdated immigration policies, may find itself losing out on skilled talent as Canada actively positions itself as an attractive destination for those seeking stability, opportunities, and a welcoming multicultural society. As immigration policies continue to evolve, Canada's standing as a global destination for skilled workers appears poised to strengthen further. If you found value in this video, please consider subscribing and sharing it with your friends.